So, what is the biggest issue with Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny? Let's find out. Wes, hall min friend, and welcome to another video. Well then, my dear friends, it has been about a week since the latest Indiana Jones movie came out, and it has, still, since then, been in the center of attention, quite obviously, then it being one of the most popular franchises in pop culture, of course. And one of the more popular topics, as far as this goes, is, Indiana Jones, and the character portrayed by Phoebe Waller-Bridge, which is, of course, the biggest problem of the film. That woman was indeed very annoying. If you want to know more about what I thought about the film, feel free to check out my official review that I made last week. But the biggest problem here seems to be that which I have stated many times before, and it is the simple fact that we do not need any new Indiana Jones movies, and we don't want it. We don't want them. It is the same as with Star Wars. We don't really want any new Star Wars content. Now, some people might, but I think that the majority of people don't want it. And the same goes with, as they like to call it, the Tolkien content. Absolutely not. Thank you very much indeed. I'm good with the source material, as much as I'm more than good with the original 3 Indiana Jones movies. Now, it is not a problem in my eyes that Indiana Jones got slapped around by Phoebe Waller-Bridge, or that he got saved by Phoebe Waller-Bridge in that film. Because, if you can remember, and I think that somebody pointed it out as well. Oh yeah, it was your boy Zach over at YouTube. And I share his opinion about the entire matter. If you think about the original Indiana Jones movies, in the first one, in the Raiders of the Lost Ark, Indiana Jones got slapped around by Marion. In the Temple of Doom, he got saved by Short Round. He got, burnt by him so he can wake up from the curse of Kali. And then in the Last Crusade, he got fooled by the Nazi woman all the time, over and over again. He got slapped around and saved by his own father, an elderly man. It was all done for the comedic effect. Of course it was done for comedic effect. And it had the comedic effect. You laughed. But Indiana Jones in these films still was at the peak of his strength. He was still a young, strong adventurer, archaeologist that we did enjoy watching in these films. The problem here is with the latest 2 films that do not exist in my head, the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull and the Dial of Destiny, that nobody wants to see an elderly 80-year-old man, Indiana Jones, who can barely breathe. And you could see I was feeling sorry the entire time. And you know, and I got some serious shite for it after I made my video, that I did find some redeeming qualities about the film. I did not criticize it as much as most of the other influencers. My review was very honest. My review was very genuine. My review was not negative, nor was it overly positive. But I was suffering watching Indiana Jones in the latest movie, Harrison Ford, barely even walking. The man is 80-year-old. The man is 80 years old. The man, you can see that he walks like an old man. He walks like a grandpa. Now you had to watch him climb rocks, and you had to watch him run, and you had to watch him swing his whip, and it all seemed a little bit pathetic. And it's not his fault. It's not his fault that he aged. We all age. It's only natural. But that is why he should now only focus on roles that are fitting for him. Now, it is the case, as I said, once again. And I don't think that Hollywood is going to make that correct anytime soon. The problem is their fear of being creative. The problem is their fear of risking things, like people did risk in the past. Each and every single great story, each and every single great franchise, or IP as they like to call it, was a result of, well, a couple of things: talent, hard work, luck, but also a huge risk. All those great minds and creators and directors and producers, writers and artists, they undertook a great risk because they had some vision. They wanted to create something extraordinary that the world and pop culture had not seen before. And they took the risk and they succeeded. A lot of people didn't, but some did. Like George Lucas, when he made Star Wars. Yes, of course, he was inspired by a million, billion, gazillion things. Like the Flash Gordon comic strips. Like Akira Kurosawa films. It's all kinds of fantasy and sci-fi. And he mashed it all together and made something of his own. Made something absolutely original. Well, the same goes with Indiana Jones. The same goes with the Aliens franchise. And the same goes with everything that we love. Today's entertainment industry, they are afraid of taking risks. And that's why they are betting all their money on one and the same card, over and over again. Taking something that has been around for decades and milking it over and over and over and over again. Indiana Jones, Star Wars, Tolkien, Marvel Cinematic Universe. I mean, twisting all the beautiful stories that came out from Marvel Comics over the years. The same goes with DC. And I could just continue on and on and on. The Ghostbusters. I mean, who needs a Ghostbuster sequel? And they have made a multiple of them. And they are making a new one. It doesn't matter that, you can say that, oh, it's not horrible. That the Ghostbusters Afterlife wasn't horrible. Well, yeah, it wasn't horrible, but was it better than Ghostbusters 1 and 2, the original ones? I don't think so. And the same goes with all the Terminator films. Now, The Dark Fate was tremendously horrible, was awful. And the same goes for Aliens. People might say that Alien Covenant was not a tremendously bad film, and was much better than Prometheus, for example. But, is it better than Alien and Aliens? No. So, instead of trying to milk one and the same thing over and over and over again, be creative. But we know that Hollywood isn't going to do that because they are afraid. So it's like this vicious circle. And all of this is being used by influencers and YouTubers to keep some sort of status quo of a perpetual culture war that we are supposedly leading against Hollywood and multi-billion corporations. So, my answer to all of this nonsense and all of this circus is, first, I'm making my own things. I'm preparing a crowdfunding campaign in the Czech Republic, my own country, to publish yet another book. Very much looking forward to it. I will keep you updated, by the way. And second, as far as quote-unquote consumption of new product, well, there is no new good product, really. So I go back. I either rediscover things that I have already loved for a long time and reread them, rewatch them, or I discover something that was made in the past but I have never read or seen. And this is one example for all of them, how I discovered for myself the G1 Transformers about 2 years ago. I have become a huge fan, and I'm all in for G1 Transformers now. So this is my answer, this is my recommendation for you. Just go back. There are many things that you can enjoy, as far as anything really. Literature or film, music, board games, so on and so forth. Alright then, let me know in the comments down below what you think. That will be all. Thank you very much for watching, and I'm out of here.